Okay, so without further ado, I think we'll move on to the Jinx right now. Josh, would you like to come up and start things off? Or we've got several people here, including the proprietor and Josh, who is working with her as her lawyer. Let me see a show of hands, is who's familiar with the past incarnation of the Jinx that was downtown? Okay, so most people, all right. So full disclosure, I actually used to bartend next door to it 20 years ago. So I'm very familiar with it, and it actually was named, it was its previous incarnation, I think it was the Velvet Lounge. And I think I was actually out of the country when it changed over and then came back. But I used to work at Mercury Lounge, which was next door. So tell us what's happening with that now.
Sure thing, and we do have representatives here as well. I'll let them, everyone hear me? I know there was some difficulty. So I'll speak up a little louder, but we are here with the representatives from, we're saying the Jinx, but it's not going to be quite the same as the previous incarnation that Jason alluded to. For everyone who doesn't know where this new location is going to be, it's at 2602 Whitaker Street, which is basically catty corner from Victory North, across the street from that old kind of abandoned railroad, gas station, brick building, but then kind of the more commercial corridor over on Whitaker with the cut through as you go past Strick's Barbecue. So I think that should clarify the location for everyone. This site's also going to be slightly different, and I guess the full background of this, and I know that y'all are probably aware of this, that every single use in the Thomas Square neighborhood, for the most part, that wants to have alcohol sales needs to come and have a special use approval that goes before the Planning Commission and goes before City Council. You could operate a restaurant without alcohol, and that would be permitted by right in this location, but to do a restaurant with alcohol sales, they need to go before MPC and City Council, and we have this opportunity to have the dialogue with y'all, with the Planning Commission, and with members of council to determine the appropriateness of the fit. And so that's what we're doing here today. And I should state that as we're distinguishing this from Jinx 1.0, this will be Jinx 2.0, that our application is for a restaurant. It is not for a bar and nightclub. It's for a restaurant. The site is being built out with a full kitchen. I've seen the menu. I'm not sure if we brought it with us today. It seemed to be inspired by Philadelphia sandwiches. And so it was a nice menu with a full menu. And so there will also be the live music component, but it will be a restaurant. And if y'all have been keeping up with the news recently from City Council, they're trying to encourage restaurants to kind of have this hybrid use of restaurant where you can be open to the public, family friendly during the day, but transition into a 21 plus establishment at night, which kind of is filling a void in the city where currently, if you're a restaurant, there's not really any prohibitions or safeguards on you. You can stay open as late as you want, and no one's going to be at the door checking IDs, ensuring that it's well run. There's new ordinance in place, and this allows for the hybrid approach. This site also, should be mentioned, has already gone before HPC, Historic Preservation Commission, for approval. Architect is here with us tonight as well to talk about a lot of the mechanisms that went into that approval process, along with how the renovation of this building was done conscientiously for this project in terms of noise mitigation, but also making sure that it's a functioning establishment that can be good for the neighborhood. And so with that, I would like to introduce Suzanne to come up, to come talk about the project and what's been going on since the Jinx shut down and now the new incarnation coming forward today. So thank y'all.
Hi, my name is Suzanne. Can you guys hear me okay? All right. I'm the owner of the Jinx. This is Richie. I'm bringing him in as a partner on our new project. He's worked there forever. For those of you that don't know, we opened in 2003 on Congress Street. We were there for 17 years. We had a lovely time. The pandemic and the rising rents and the sale of the building kind of squashed us out of there, but ultimately it was a blessing in disguise, as most of our customers don't really want to go downtown anymore. It's too hard. So we had always kind of wanted to move to this neighborhood. It is going to be a little different than it was on Congress Street. We're being very conscientious of our neighbors, the noise. Our architect, Kevin Rose, is also a sound engineer. So He's putting in a lot of soundproofing to mitigate the noise permeating outside of the area. In our time at the Jinx, we were kind of dorky rule followers, and we just had a really clean record, very strict in IDing. We do not put up with foolery and violence. We have some proposed hours, and the reason we're here today is to address any of your concerns or questions about our business model. Right now, we're just kind of basing our proposed hours on similar businesses in the area. Since we are doing food, we were shooting for opening at 11 a.m., open till 1 a.m., Monday through Thursday, 11 a.m. to 2:30 a.m. Friday and Saturday, and 11 a.m. till midnight on Sunday. Now, having said that, even though we do live music, that is not a nightly event whatsoever. Shows that we do are generally on Fridays and Saturdays. There will be the occasional Tuesday or Thursday show, but that is going to be more the exception, not the rule. We definitely are starting our shows a lot earlier and ending earlier in this location than we did on Congress Street. So for our Friday and Saturday, the show would absolutely be over and done with by midnight. And on the weekdays, if there were one, 11 p.m. And we're certainly open to changing any of this around with your feedback. Which one is it?
Shows we talking about.
Musicians, music.
Yeah, we do music.
We also do things like bingo and stuff like that.
Like bands, small
Yeah.
bands, big bands.
A little bit of everything, but bands, yeah.
Yeah, we do anything from an acoustic guitar player to an 8-piece band. Yes.
Hey, can you talk about the seating capacity and I guess like the
Yes, and we're still playing around with that a little. We do have some plans up here. Everyone's welcome to grab one if you like. It's kind of just showing the overall plan and seating, where our trash will be, where our parking will be, all of those concerns. The building is kind of going to be like broken into a few sections. During the week, primarily only the one smaller section will be open because we're going for more of a, during the week neighborhood kind of bar feel. Pretty small. I think with the seating, I think the capacity in there would be around 100. Is that right, Kevin? Around there. Yeah. And
It's catty corner.
Yeah, but this is like a little garage thing. There's a little building across.
It's sort of deceptively.
it's
not-
very
yeah,
deceptive.
it's
I thought it was smaller till I went in.
directly across from Restaurant Supply.
Yes.
That's big. It looks small.
Yeah, we thought it was a lot smaller till we went in.
But there are two, one on one side of the street and the other.
No, it's just the one building.
It's just deeper than you think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sort of big hallways.
Yeah. I don't know how long it's been vacant.
I know the square footage of it, so maybe that'll let people know.
Yeah, that's definitely on here, Kevin, off the top of your head.
Oh, see, there we go.
He's got all the answers. So to further answer your question, the larger section, which is where the stage will be located, we're looking at right now that not really being open unless we have a show. But where that is located, we're doing a secondary wall behind the stage to further soundproof the noise from there. We're also keeping a wall that I really wanted to say goodbye to, just to keep down on the sound for you guys, because we're trying to be good neighbors. We're not trying to ruffle anybody's feathers. We're just really excited to open again and be reunited with all of our many loyal fans. Anybody else with a question?